Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is Saturday, 10 o'clock in the morning in Queensland. I am working this afternoon, but I do have a little bit of time before 1 o'clock, so I thought I'll film for you something and maybe also update you how my experience been going in a hospital. It's been now 3 months since I've got my contract as a grad registered nurse. So yeah, will take you through what I'm going through and how it's going and all of that. And also I will take you a little bit through my morning routine. I'm gonna get some supplements now, and I want to show you this really nice bed sheets that I bought from Target a few months ago. They had like this massive sale to linen bed sheets, and they were originally almost $100, but then they went like halfway down, and I saw the prices. I was still not buying it because I do have already bed sheets in my place. They're just like different colors. So I thought, like, no, I have to, like, I have to save money, I don't need more bed sheets. And then the other day I went to buy something and I saw them like $40, like all king size. And my bed is a queen size, but my blanket is a king. So they had like all linen sets, and it's like pure linen. It's really nice for $40, and I was like, I'm definitely grabbing one or two. So I grabbed two, and I had this gift card that I received like almost a year ago from my real estate. I don't remember what was the reason why they gave us, but it was like a gift box with lots of food and drinks, and it was a this gift card that you can spend either in Big W, Target, Kmart, Kohl's and things like that for $100. And every time I would go shop, like for groceries and stuff, I would forget to use it. And then when I was in Target, I was like, I have to use it. So I bought 2 packs of linen bed sheets. So like technically I've got it for free or as a gift from my real estate. So thank you, my real estate. I really enjoy it. So I'm gonna show you this beautiful colors. It's like a sky color that I have now on a bed, and I love it. Absolutely love it. And like $40, oh my god, that's such a good price. All right guys, this is the color. It's so nice. It's like so cute. I love it. This is a different bed set, this one here. This one I bought it from Tiki Maxx. So it has like this really light blanket, and then the pillowcases, 2 pillowcases, which are really cool. I really like it. And yeah, and these pillows here I bought from Tiki Maxx as well, all of them. So is this throw here as well. So this is my bedroom. I really like the color. And like before, I don't remember when exactly, I bought these beads as a decorative beads, and now they just match in colors so well with my little Buddha guy here. So all my bedroom now is light colors, and I absolutely love it. So yeah, like technically I've got the sheets even cheaper than in Tiki Maxx. Like I always find Tiki Maxx be the best prices for really good quality, either cotton or like Indian cotton, for example, or linen bed sheets. But Target this time has beat it like twice in price, so I'm really happy. Okay, I also want to show you this cute top. By the way, my nose is all red because I'm still sick. I've been sick for some time. I took some time off work because I had a cough and I was not feeling well. So my nose is still a little bit runny in the mornings when it's really cold, because it's winter here now in Queensland. And I do have a cough sometimes, so you probably hear my voice has changed, but it was much worse than it is now. So now it's much better. So I want to show you this cute top that I bought from Tiki Maxx. It's so adorable. It's a crop top. I'm just gonna put my sleeve down if I can with one hand. There we go. And it's a crop top, but it's not really like, not really cropped, but it's quite short. And it says Arizona on it. I really like it. It has a hood there, and I have these cute shorts that I bought from Tiki Maxx as well. Super cute. I try to go to gym now as much as I can to keep myself in shape, and my bum as well before summer comes. And just like, for my own health. So I do my best to be productive, you know, and regular with my exercise in the gym. And yeah, I go to Planet Fitness, and I really like it. And my friend comes with me and she encourages me a lot, so she doesn't need to pay because I have a black membership, so I just take her there for free every time she comes with me. But I feel more confident when I have someone with me, and she also fixes up my posture because she was exercising and training herself with a PT before, with the personal trainer, like a professional one, and she knows all of it, where me, I'm like, I don't know anything about it, so I can sit wrong, I can do things wrong, so she's helping me a lot, which is pretty cool. So yeah, hopefully before summer comes, I will make my body looking more fit, and this is my goal. Like, I don't want to lose weight because I'm already between 8 to 6 size here in Australia, but I do want to make myself more firm because I'm not 20 anymore, I have kids, so yeah. Anyways, let's go to take my supplements. I'll show you what I'm taking in the morning, and then I will sit down and I will tell you what's been going on in the hospital for me for the past 3 months. Alright guys, so in this cupboard up here I have all my supplements, apart from few that I keep in the fridge, but I separated them into sections. So this section here is kind of my energy supplements, so my complex of vitamin B's, then B12 just by itself, okay, and then I have my ginseng, which is a combination of 3 different ginsengs in there, and then I do have my coenzyme 10. This one is the highest strength that I could find on the market, and that's my energy kind of thing. Then that's my digestion there, papaya enzyme for my gut, and I also have probiotics which I keep in the fridge. And then here is kind of my nail, hair and skin care, so I do have my vitamin E here, then curcumin, then complex of vitamins for hair, skin and nails. This one I really like. And then here I have my collagen and turmeric, which is good as well, so that's my skin, nails and hair. And then here I have my joints and bones and cartilage and all of that, so I have magnesium for my muscles that I usually take at night or a few times a day. Here I have triple action for my joints. Then here I have my, hold on, here I have my calcium and vitamin D, and then vitamin K2 to help vitamin D go into the places that my body needs it. So that's my kind of bones, joints and muscle. And then here, this section here, I have it for my general well-being when I have cold and things like that. So that's my zinc here if I want to take it separately by itself. My arm is getting tired of holding the camera. Okay, so today I will be taking my vitamin B. I have this cute like a measuring cup that looks a little bit like the cup that you give medication to your patients, but I mean, like, it's really comfortable for me, so I use it at home. So I will take my complex of vitamin B's. It has B12 in it as well, so I'm not going to take my B12 today separately. I'll just take that. And then I will take my ginseng. I'll take that one. I'll take my fish oil. I'm not gonna take my iron just yet because I didn't have breakfast. I like to take iron on not an empty stomach. Then I will take my hair, skin and nails supplement. So it already has zinc in it, so I'm not gonna take any more zinc. And I will take calcium and vitamin D. Okay, so I don't take here anything that would not go together with vitamin D and calcium, because usually it's not recommended to take calcium, for example, if you're taking iron. So I don't have anything here that would be bad, you know, like it won't go together. So that would be it for now. I try to rotate my supplements every day, and like if I took today, for example, my ginseng, then tomorrow I will take my coenzyme for energy. If I'm taking today my complex of vitamins here for my hair, nails and skin, then tomorrow I will take my curcumin and turmeric, for example, and skip on this one, you know. And then closer at night time I would take things for my joints, or at evening, because this is how I like it. And later on, before I go to work, I might take one of my electrolytes. But again, looking at the zinc amount in this one, so here zinc is 30 milligrams. No, I will probably skip the electrolytes today and take it tomorrow, because this is my daily dose here already. And as I said before, you don't want to overdose yourself, okay? So we'll take that now, and then I will share with you about my hospital. By the way, guys, this is my mirror. For those of you who've seen it on Instagram, it's a huge, massive mirror. I bought this one from TK Maxx. I'll just show you the details on it. It's so nice. I love anything that would be handmade and handcrafted. This one was from India. It's really pretty, and it's massive. Like, look at it. I think my wall there is 1 meter and about 30 or 40 centimeters, so you can imagine how big is it. And this is my kind of like a green piece of indoor garden because I so love it. I have a lot of different plants here, my Buddha statue, and I sit sometimes on this rug here and I meditate, and I have lots of plants here. This one is one of my favorite ones. It's so nice. And here at the back I have my rain stick. I'll show you in one of my video how it sounds. It's a medium-sized rain stick. I really love it. Yeah, and this is me. And here I have my summer hats, well, some of my summer hats, and one of these instruments here, which is so cool. Sometimes I use it when I meditate as well, for extra sound, to soothe my soul. And this piece of decor here, which I really like. Some of these things, they're like really old when I just moved to this property. But yeah, they are good memories. Okay. Nothing has changed in my house, to be honest. Pretty much everything is still the same. I want to show you the few perfumes that I have lately bought. This one was for Mother's Day. This one is by Chloe. It's called No Maid. It's such a nice perfume. I absolutely adore it. I'll just try to focus my camera here. No Maid by Chloe. I really like this perfume. And then the other one is by RN Grad. This one is called, I think, Thank You Next. It's such a nice perfume. I really like it. This one I bought from Myers, so it was quite pricey, to be honest. But I don't have really many perfumes. I'm really picky when it comes to perfumes. And this one was from Chemist Warehouse. This one stays on you about 2 hours, and then you can only smell it on your clothes, but not on the skin as much. But this one stays almost all day, and then really long time on your clothes until you wash them off. Pretty much. There, it goes up there. Yeah. I'll show you my cat, Fluffy. Say hello, my cute little boo. I love you so much because you are so cute. Yes. You are so cute, aren't you? I bought this, I don't know if you can see it because he's so like fluffy and big. I bought this wooden plate that is really big and long. I bought it from TK Maxx like, I don't know, more than a year ago. So And like I bought her for fruits, but as you can imagine, fruits never went there. Like Fluffy always sits in there, and now it just perfectly fits his size, especially if he lies down and put his legs a little bit more back. Like it would be perfect for his size. You are so cute. You are so cute. I have so many funny videos of Fluffy that I filmed through this year. Maybe I can put it like in a compilation video or something and show you my cat. He's so adorable and he's so funny. Yes, yes. And his mane is so big that every time when he, like, see what happens? Every time when he bites me or try to lick himself, the first thing it would be him licking his mane because it's so big. Yeah, I know you're annoyed, are you? Look how annoyed he is. He's like, no touchy touchy. Leave me alone, woman. No touchy touchy. You wanna push? You wanna bite my finger? No? Okay. Alright, okay. I'll leave you alone. Okay, alright. Oh my god. Oh my god. Seriously, Fluffy. You only love me when I give you food. That's the only time you love me. That's it. Oh well. Okay guys, so about the hospital. It's been 3 months now. I can't believe, first of all, that time flies so quick, because I think I've been so busy for these 3 months that, I don't know, it became my new reality now. My job at a hospital, my other company, you know, and my life in general. I don't know, it's just like, it's been so busy. But like in general, in the hospital, my first most challenging time was, I would say, the first month, because it's different than when you've been a student, when you go and you practice at a hospital, and that was pretty much my life for the past 3 years. Going as a student, you know, to the hospital to do your practice. So I finished uni last December, and then the hospital called me in April, if you've been following me on this channel. So I've been called last April to do my grad position for 12 months at the general medicine ward. And now you're coming in as a grad and you have full responsibility when you look after your patients. You know, you still have help on the ward from other nurses, you have your coordinators who help you and all of that, but I mean, like, it's completely different vibe now. It's completely different feeling of responsibility and pressure on the top of that. So the most breaking was for me the first month. You know, I was freaking out. It took me some time to realize that I'm the primary nurse now to my patients through the shift. I can't rely on other people anymore as a student. You know, I'm the one who has to work on my planner to finish all the tasks in time by the end of my shift, you know, and hand over my patients to the next shift. I have to make sure that on the top of all of that, I'm safe and learn new procedures, like new medications through the IV, because as a student you wouldn't practice much with IVs, because like first year or a second year they would not let you touch some IVs, but only watch the other nurses do it. And let's be honest, like, how much can you actually learn when you watch? You start to memorize things when you actually do it by your own hands, right? When you put the theory into practice together, then you actually learn. You know, it's the same like when you go to the lectures. Just by listening, you're not gonna take much of information home. You have to actually do the notes, you know. So it's the same here. And now, like, when I was a nurse already myself, you know, it was a little bit scary for me, because I needed to learn, you know, how to administer antibiotics, you know, through the IV. So I needed to use my injectable books all the time. You know, some of the nurses would still use it, and some of them would know already by heart what to mix, you know, with for certain antibiotics. But the best practice is always like to recheck yourself, you know, especially if your day is really busy. It's always safe to recheck yourself. So for me, like, every IV injection, I would just
sorry, not the injection, AVIV infusion, I would just like check the book all the time, which would take more time for me than for the other nurses, you know. And other nurses who were in pair with me, because we work in pairs, so we like 2 nurses for 8 to 9 patients, like they would not tell me like do not check the book, because I can tell you what to do, because I've been here on this ward for years. I know that, you know, cefazolin has to be given with this and this and this, you dilute it with this, mix it with this, and then put it up for this and this time with this and this rate. Like they wouldn't tell you that. They would want you to actually check the book and give you opportunity to learn and be safe, you know. So a lot of things I needed to learn, and it was so hard for me. I was feeling encouraged by other nurses. I have a beautiful team to work with, but at the same time, if I do like a mistake, or if I do something or ask something that in my opinion wouldn't be really smart, but again, in nursing there is no stupid questions, but I mean, like, come on, we're all people. Sometimes we just feel like we're dumb, you know, and not enough, not smart or whatever. You're like, I had those moments, you know, and like I hate those awkward moments, or when you need to talk to the doctors. And like, put it that way, when you're doing your EN or when you're doing your RN at the uni, you do study pathophysiology, you study anatomy, you study physiology, you study pharmacology, and how drugs affect the body and how the body reacts to the drugs. You also study how your body reacts and functions during certain illnesses. And then you have to put all of this together, like, you know, okay, my patient has this and this condition, you know, he has these drugs for it, but you also have to understand what these drugs do to this condition to make it better, why this patient on this drug, you know, and what's going on in his body during this condition that he has, you know, whether it would be epilepsy, whether it would be COPD, whether it would be some sort of infection, you know, or CCF or whatever, you know. And this is what was a struggle for me a little bit, because when you need to talk to doctors, and doctors would come and explain to you, okay, I'm putting the patient, like I put this that dose for this patient, you know, or this patient on this drug, like I put another drug for them, like can you please start from tomorrow, you know, and stuff like that. And they will like explain to you things quickly, and you don't want to look dumb at the same time, but you can, like, you try to understand what they tell you, you know. And you're like bloody grad, you know, and like your understanding and your knowledge is not that developed as, for example, a nurse who's been working for 3, 4, 5 years on the floor. She would just like, everything would make sense to her quickly because she has more experience. She's gaining knowledge every shift, every time a new patient comes with a different condition, or anytime there's a new treatment offered for that patient. So they learn, and your experience is so small now because you've been a student, you only saw this much. Now as a grad you saw this much, you know. And when doctors come and they like they need to talk to you and like explain a few things, and they give you only like literally a few things, and you're like, okay, I don't want to look dumb, but I want to be safe. I want to ask questions if I don't understand, you know. And this feeling of being uncomfortable is the worst feeling ever, because you would feel a little bit shy as well, like, you know, but at the same time you want to understand as well what they want from you, because in the end of the day the doctors would tell you what they want you to do, but then you're the one who looking after that patient, who's administering medication, who need to watch for the reactions and side effects if any appear. You need to make sure that you are safe, you know, and all of that. So that was really hard for me. Now after 3 months my knowledge has increased. Also, I got more confidence when I talk to doctors, when they talk to me themselves, when I need to talk to them. If I have a certain issue about my patients, if one of my patients, for example, deteriorating and I am not sure whether I should give a particular medication, you know. So I use my nursing judgment, and I also use my knowledge of safety and how body works as well, and pharmacology from what we've been taught as nursing students at the uni. But I also have that confidence now talking to the doctors in more profound way, and I'm able to give them more information about my patient and feel calm about it. And I feel like I'm more useful now, like, you know, I can talk more freely and I know what I'm talking about. You know, before, if I was like, you know, I felt like when I just started, I was more like task orientated, and I would still use my critical thinking, but because my knowledge was also limited and I was scared, I was more like, yes, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to be safe, you know. But now, once you get more familiar, once you get more confident, you know, every shift you will get more confident, you will get more familiar with procedures that you will repeat day to day, in day-to-day practice. You start to use your critical thinking and your common sense more broadly, and things would look more simpler to you, you know, more easier, you know, and you would start to add to your practice more of, again, critical thinking and just also human factor to your patients as well. Don't look at them only as someone who is sick there and you have to do your OBS, I have to give tablets, I have to do OBS, I have to do this and this procedure. Also look at them as human being, you know. What are their desires? What are their wishes? You know, when the care plan is created as well, like, add them to it, ask them what they want, what they wish, you know. It's very important, you know. Don't just treat your patients as sick people only. Treat them as a person in general, person who have pain, person who has desires, person who has concerns, you know. Always ask them if they need something. When you, for example, do a handover, introduce yourself before the handover and say to them, to the patient, that, because, like, can you imagine, like, you're waking up in the morning and you have this, like, 4 people standing in front of you, like, hello. So just tell them, like, what are you doing? We're having a handover, you know, the night shift is going home now, so I will be looking after you, I'm such and such. And then while the handover is happening, of course, the patient can hear what you're saying to the other nurse about them and what's been done. So in the end, just ask them, would you like to add something, you know, or do you have any questions and stuff like that, you know. Make them feel like they are part of it, you know. I think I will talk more about handovers and safety checks in my other videos, because sometimes little simple things like that are missed out, and people either don't do it or forget to do it, or think that it's not really important, but it is important in the end of the day, because in nursing, human factor is very important in my opinion, because in the end of the day, we are all humans, isn't it? So yeah, also my struggles during this 3 months. Okay, my biggest struggle as a grad RN is, I always want to say like grad student, but I'm not a student anymore. As a grad RN is that modules are my biggest struggle. We have 9 modules, and I think I mentioned this in my other video. So we have 9 modules, a module per month, and you have to complete this module during 1 month. Okay, I did not know how big the modules are until I actually opened it, my first module. So it was like 26 pages long in Word. There's just like scenarios and questions. 26 pages, can you imagine? So you have to, like, 1 page would have about 5 questions that you have to answer. There is no word limit. Sorry, I'm still a little bit sick. There is no word limit to it, as they say, but they want an open answer, not just few words. they want you to actually answer the question properly and broadly, okay? Give proper answer. They would not ask you to reference it, but if you copy paste anything that you would need to reference or anything like that, its modules are not like your assignments or assessments or essays in uni. They are different. So they would not ask you to reference each answer, and they would not tell you how many words they want, but they just want an open, proper answer, okay? So my first module, I needed to ask for extension because I was sick, and also when you do shift work at the hospital, I do 7 shifts, but we are able to pick up to 2. When you do your 7 shifts, they would swap you from morning to late nights. So my mornings start from 7 o'clock till 3:30, and my nights, they start from 2:30 till 11. They wouldn't make you work like night today and then the next morning, the next day in the morning. They wouldn't let you do that because that would be unsafe and illegal, basically, because you need to have at least 8 to 10 hours between your shift, so you could have a proper sleep and rest and all of that. But they can make you work like today I had my PM shift, tomorrow I'm off, and then the day after I might start on my morning shifts. That still affects your body because your sleeping routine is broken. Because let's say if you're a sleeper who goes to bed max by 10 p.m. all the time, and you would wake up at the same time in the morning, then doing a shift work in a hospital is gonna break that down. Because when you are on a afternoon shifts, like my hospital where I work is 30 minutes away from my home by car, okay? So when I finish my shift at 11 o'clock, by the time I get ready, sometimes the drug count takes a little bit longer, you know. I leave hospital at about 11:20 or 11:30, so I need another half an hour to get home, so I'm home by 12. Thanks God at night the road is empty, so no traffic, so I get home like by 12. By the time I have a little bit to eat, because my dinner at the hospital is at 6-ish, 6:30. I try to go on my break before I come back to do my obs at 7. So then after that, another 3-4 hours, you're just running like crazy doing tasks and all of that, so you do get hungry, and I don't eat anything after that. So when I get home, like even if it's 12 o'clock at night, I'm bloody starving, so I need to eat something light, otherwise my stomach would be hurting me at night because I would be going to bed hungry, which is not really good. And I don't want to stuff myself up with lots of fluids, you know, because I'll be running to toilet to kind of like block that hunger, you know. So fluids don't work for me at night. I would be like really pissing myself every half an hour, so it's not my option. So I have to like have some solid food, okay? So you go to bed like at 1 o'clock at night, literally, like. And yesterday I got guilty. I was watching Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Oh my god, I love Sabrina. Like, I'm hooked to this show now. Every time I cook or do something, I just watch it, or before I go to bed. So yesterday I was like watching until 2 a.m. and I was like, shoot, it's 2 o'clock, I have to sleep. So anyway, and then when you have your morning shifts, you have to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. So can you imagine, like, when you come from your late shift and let's say you sleep at best at 1 o'clock at night or morning, yeah, you would wake up probably like 8 or 9 to have the proper sleep hours, amount of hours, you know. And then a day or 2 days later, you know, they would give you a break between afternoon and morning shifts. You need to wake up 5 o'clock in the morning to have your morning shift. And your body been waking up for the past few days like 8 to 9, and here now you have to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. You're like, oh my god, like I'm so tired, you know. I literally, like, when I drive, I have to listen to something and drink something on my way to work because my body is still waking up while I'm driving to work, you know. But then I'm super hyper energized, you know, by the end of my shift, because I've been doing so much and I can go to gym and stuff like that. So yeah, so that's my struggle. My sleeping routine is just broken again, and it's really terrible. When I used to work in HK only, I was doing mostly like either afternoons, like I stayed as a carer actually for quite some time doing just afternoons, because I'm not a really morning early person, to be honest. I like more afternoons, you know, especially when winter comes and you wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and it's bloody dark outside and freezing cold, and you have to pull yourself out of bed, you know, and drive outside while it's still dark, you know, and then like the light comes up by the time you reach the hospital. Anyway, it's really hard. You can hear now my voice is setting. But yeah, so now it's just like all the time up and down, and that's even before I started doing night shifts. So as a grad, they told us that we will keep you off night shifts for first 3 months. So I think I will be starting my night shifts in what are we now in now, July. I will be probably starting them either August or early September. Okay, I think you have to do 4 night shifts per month, so it's like 1 night shift per week, if I'm not mistaken. So that's gonna be, oh, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. So that's one of my struggles. Okay, the other struggle is my modules, as I said, and having the shift work is just so uncomfortable for your modules, because on a days when I need to go to PM work like that, my afternoon shift, like now I'm recording the video, I would be probably studying now, but in general, like I would wake up about 8 or 9 and then I would study up until 11, and then I'll need to sleep at least an hour before I go to my afternoon shift. There are some days when I would sleep longer because I'm so tired, and then when you have your morning shift, you come home overloaded from the busyness of the shift of itself, that I personally and the other nurses that I know, I can't study anything that day. Okay, once I'm done with my morning shift, I come home, I am dead. I'm brain dead, like literally, like I don't even try to have a conversation with me. Like all what I want is just put myself on a couch, you know, and open Netflix or whatever and just like watch something. And it has to be something like not even like useful in terms of information. It has to be something like a comedy or something that doesn't make you think. Okay, it doesn't require you to think. It just like stupidly watch, and that's it, just to relax your brain. Or if you can do like a meditation and like, you know, a breathing work and stuff like that, that's even better. Like sometimes I would just put really quiet music and I would just close my eyes and I would just lay down and do the deep breathing, you know, and just calm and rest, grab a few of my crystals in my hands, you know, and just rest. And then closer to about like 7-ish, 8 o'clock, I'll start to want to sleep. And this is the battle starts, when you have to fight not to fall asleep. Because I've tried this before, and if I go to bed at 8 p.m, after my morning shift, I would wake up somewhere like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, okay? Won't be able to sleep anymore, and then my alarm goes off at 5 for my next shift, and you have this crazy gap from 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning till 5, and I would like stay maybe an hour or 2 awake, trying and fighting myself to put myself back into sleep. And then if I fall asleep at 4, then like your alarm goes at 5 and you're like, oh shoot, I have to wake up. So like I would be literally fighting myself at least until 9 o'clock to stay awake and then go to sleep at 9, so that I could have a proper sleep at night and wake up like at 5 o'clock in the morning to do my next shift. And that's my struggle, guys. That's my struggles. So at my hospital at the moment, the girls who are grads like me were all different levels, because each one of them we've been called in different times to start our grad program, grad year. So some of them have been there already 3 months like me, some been like half a year. but we all have modules. So we have a group in Facebook where the girls added me, and I haven't met them yet, but they do these meetups at least once a week where they gather together and we do the studying. We get our laptops with us, bring our laptops, and we sit down and we do the modules. We might be working on a different modules, but that's okay. It's just a company of each other, is encouraging each other to study, so it's very like inspirational. That's why it's better than doing it at home, because when I'm at home I'm either sleeping between the shifts or cleaning or doing grocery or cooking my meals for a week, you know, because I don't want to be eating sandwiches. I try to cook some meals and put them in containers and keep them in the fridge, you know, ready for me to grab quickly when I have my shift. So yeah, like I'm really happy that they added me to the Facebook, so I'm looking forward for the next meetup when they will have it, so I could meet them, and we do it in a library. So we usually sit in a library or in a cafe and do this studying. So yeah, so that's my struggles now, guys. Everything else, I am more confident and patient about studying. Like, for example, I understand that like every day I'm learning something new, so I was working on understanding that. If before I was feeling not confident and a little bit scared and shy, now I'm taking things more easier. You know, I've got a little bit more of my confidence now, so I'm also working on being patient and trying to understand the fact that you're not in rush. Every shift you learn something new. Give yourself time, you know, you will get there. You know, don't compare yourself to someone who's been in the industry for years, because that's their experience and knowledge that they gain during that time. You will get there too. So I'm more like soft and more compassionate to myself in that, and that helps me as well. It does, because I am taking easy on myself, you know what I mean? I don't shame myself. I don't think that I'm stupid, you know, even when I do something that I don't have enough of knowledge or ask like a stupid question in my opinion or whatever, like I don't like bug myself for that. I'm just taking things easy, you know. Or when I have really busy shift and I'm handing over some tasks that I physically couldn't perform, like I understand that nursing is 24/7. You can do as much as you can do. You need to remember to always stay safe on the top of that. So like, yeah. And also when you have something hard at your work, like if you met a nurse that hasn't been really nice to you, or if someone been like a bit snappy to you or whatever, just take things easy. And by the end of your shift, when your shift is over, leave everything behind the hospital doors, okay? And walk home like trouble-free, okay? Because we all have hard shifts. We all have some unpleasant colleagues that you might face working with or wherever. It will be always one nurse that is not really a nice nurse, okay? But remember, once your shift is over, whatever been happening there is staying behind the hospital doors, okay? You go home, you enjoy your life, you know, tomorrow will be a new shift, a new day. Be positive about it, bring a positive energy for your next day, okay? It's very important. And sometimes if you need to debrief, you can always talk to your NAM, to your team leader, you know, you can talk to the other nurses who work with you and who you became friends with, you know, and just debrief with them, you know. Yeah, if you have feeling, there are always people, or your coordinators, if you are a grad like me, they can offer you debrief sessions, okay? Especially when you're new and you're going through a lot of new things and it's a stress in the end. So yeah, they can always offer you a debrief. So yeah, so that's just a small share with me for you guys of me. I did record for you a video that you've been asking me for some time, so I've recorded for you a pretty lengthy video, but I wanted to make it one video only. So it's almost like an hour video. I'm almost finished editing it. So in that video I've talked about my responsibilities and tasks that I do as a registered nurse in aged care, where I'm working now, and also my tasks and responsibilities of what I do in the hospital where I'm working at the same time now as well. If you've been following me for some time, I do work now in aged care and at the hospital. The hospital I have the majority of my shifts, and aged care I swap myself to be casual there, so I pick up about 2 to 3 shifts a week. So I've made for you a video where I compared these two, and I went with you from my tasks starting from the morning of the shift till the end of the shift. Exactly in details what I do when I start my shift, when I finish my shift, and I've talked a little bit, as far as I remember, about your PM shifts, your afternoon shifts, okay? So yeah, that video is really big. Once I finish editing it fully, I will upload it to the channel. I will probably put a timeline where I start the part about the hospital and when the first part is finished about the aged care, so that you can, you know, watch either one of them. If one is only interesting for you, if you want to watch both, feel free to skip because it's a lengthy video, but I wanted to give you as much information as I could, so you could understand better what you do as a registered nurse in aged care facility and what you do in a hospital, so that you can decide where you want to work. Maybe you don't like the hospital and you want to work only in aged care facility. So I hope it will give you more insights, that video. Yeah, that's for today, guys. I will see you in my next video. Bye.